Welcome to Proper Talk. I'm your host, Paris Porter. With me is
Nate the Truth.
And this is PT.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Proper Talk. And Nate,
Yeah.
it's the thorough segment.
Yes,
we're going
sir.
to continue with our NBA reviews.
That's right.
And today we're going to focus on two organizations.
All right.
I think you might have heard of them. They call the Los Angeles Lakers and the Boston Celtics.
Yes, sir.
So I think some people heard of them teams.
If you haven't, then you don't know the game of basketball.
So we got to jump in right with the state of the Lakers and the state of the organization.
Okay.
And where they are right now. So we know that they've came off on three of their worst records in franchise history
That is
consecutively.
That's correct.
We know they've had high picks, whether D'Angelo Russell, Julius Randle, Brandon Ingram as well. They had steals, drafting Larry Nance Jr. and Jordan Clarkson. So they've done very well for themselves in the draft. Some would say they tanked to get some of those positions. That's neither here nor there, but
they didn't work out if they didn't.
yeah. So we got to figure out today. Let's figure out where they are as an organization. We know the Lakers are all about big names.
Yes.
The glamour,
Showtime.
the superstars.
Right.
At this present time, they don't seem to have a superstar.
Correct.
So they've been unable to attract those big time names again. Free agent Kevin Durant didn't even have a meet with him. A year ago, LaMarcus Aldridge told him no. They lost Howard years ago in a debacle as an organization. Are they finally back? Are they finally headed in the right direction?
This is how I see it, Pete. They need to use the talent that they have, and they can get star potential out of them. So I'm going to ask you this right off the bat, because like you said, they're looking for star talent. So who's the point guard coming out right now? Who's the starting point guard for the Lakers?
D'Angelo Russell.
All right. Who's the small forward?
Brandon Ingram. He'll eventually be a starter.
He's eventually, and I see, and that's what I'm saying. They should. And this is the point I want to make. And then who's the power forward?
Well, Julius Randle.
So what I'm saying is, and I'm not to use the Golden State Warriors saying they're the team that you want to model after,
it is.
But this is the template. So what I'm trying to say is, you have three that potentially can be that particular team. If Randall, if he's been working on his jump shot, being the stretch forward, because hey, that's the league that we in now. So we already know his potential under the glass. If he can hit shots, that's deadly. Now you have the two, you have the one, and then you have the three, right? So those two, they focus on scoring and distributing. I'm telling you, you have star talent right there in those three. You can create a big three out of that talent.
And I guess the question is, for me, and I find myself, who is a Laker fan, by the way, asking, do I believe this is the core that the Lakers can build around going forward and to get back to competing for championships? And I don't know the answer.
Really?
That's the beauty of the game.
Okay.
But when you have some young players, you say, oh, this guy in 2 or 3 years. With D'Angelo Russell, I really like his game. I know he can score. Turnovers seem to be an issue for him in his career thus far. We hoping he can clean that up.
I think he can.
I'm not sure if the Lakers are sold. Lakers are always looking to make that big deal.
Right.
D'Angelo Russell seems like he's putting the work in. Seems like he's saying all the right things. I'm not sure if I'm quite sold on his guy being a face of the team moving forward. Brandon Ingram, I have no doubts he's going to be a really good player. I think it's going to take him some time, particularly with his physique. He's going to have to bulk up.
That's fine.
Get stronger. Yeah. But I do think he's going to be. His game fits today's NBA.
Right.
Even in D'Angelo Russell's as well.
Right.
Those guys are great shooters, or have the potential to become great shooters, which was kind of the model in Golden State.
Yes.
Julius Randle, I'm not sure if the organization will have a lot of patience with Randle going forward.
Yeah.
I really like his game. I'm a fan of Julius Randle. His ability to get the ball off the glass, go coast to coast. He can slam on you. He can also make plays, and he's not a bad ball handling guy. Very agile, quick for his size and his position. I think he's a really good player. He sounds like he wants to mold his game out there at Draymond Green.
Yes.
But again, the key question is, will the organization have patience with these young guys? We know that Jim Buss has put himself on a self-imposed clock or a time frame to get the team back to winning. Back in 2014, he stated that if the organization wasn't competing within 3 years, that he would step down. He said 3 to 4 years. Recently Kupchak said nothing was set in stone, but it's on record. He said it through the article. It's on record.
Right.
No one's disputed that. So I thought that was a definite statement he made.
Right.
Will that pressure that he put upon himself cause him to lose patience with the rebuilding and potentially create a deal for DeMarcus Cousins, to create a deal for Russell Westbrook, to jumpstart the real rebuilding process?
Okay.
Now, another thing we want to look at with the organization as well is coaching.
The coaches.
We know since Phil left in 2010,
Right.
there's been 4 hires for the head coach. That's a 6-year span.
That's correct.
So that's not looking too good, at this present time. The stability, and that's why I think it may be important to keep a Jim Buss and Mitch Kupchak in place. We know that Mitch has built a championship team in the past, or centered around Kobe. Obviously, he's gone, but we seen him make really good deals. He made a trade for Chris Paul that got rescinded.
That's correct.
People forget that Jim Buss was behind that deal too.
Right.
Now he was a part of the debacle with Mike D'Antoni and Phil Jackson. We don't want to get into that, but maybe it's important to keep Mitch and Jim in position. What you think?
So right now, because they picked up a Luke Walton, I like to see the synergy with the young staff, what it is, what Luke's like. So we mentioned earlier, and you even said how smart of a player he is. Now you said earlier how he was easily to get into the triangle system.
So Luke Walton, absolutely came out of Arizona. We know he was a great distributor. His basketball IQ, he picked up the triangle immediately. He contributed right away.
Right. So with that type of knowledge, now if you notice with coaches, the coaches, they may not be the most stellar players, but the smart coaches, like the player coaches that can go out there and know how to speak with the players and they can interact. So what I'm saying is Luke Walton, he probably can. And think about it. I'm not saying that Golden State was young per se, because technically, side note, I believe that was still Mark Jackson's team.
Oh yeah, they took over a championship ready team.
Right, but what I'm saying is for him to be right aside, along with Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for him to pick up, he's out. He's with this young ball team that have all this potential. He stepped right in. So what I'm trying to say is, if he can step into a difficult system and play on the court and also coach, maybe, Luke Walton is the piece you need to help turn things around. I said let it play out. Let's see.
He's the total opposite of Byron Scott.
Right.
Do it my way. When I say,
right,
and I don't have to tell you why I do what I do. Just get ready.
Right.
When I say get ready, where Luke Walton's a friend, he come in, they blasting the music,
Right.
He's probably out there joking with the players,
Right.
he's challenging them,
Right.
So it's a completely different opposite approach.
Right. I think it's great. I think from the coaching staff point of view, I think this is a great move for the organization.
Okay.
Yeah.
And moving forward, the Lakers again have flexibility. They have tradable contracts. With Lou Williams, who's a really good veteran, but he's on a $7-8 million deal, which is a bargain for Lou Williams.
That's right.
At this present time. So they have flexibility as far as being able to go out. Lou Aldang, who's a veteran,
That's what I'm saying.
and with the league and how the cap has expanded, I think they have pieces that are movable. Maz God was a questionable signing.
Yes.
But the young talent is there. One thing that concerns me is conflicting, because I see D'Angelo Russell, I see Jordan Clarkson, and they, I feel like they play the same position.
Okay.
And then I see
Okay.
Larry Nance Jr. and I see Julius Randle, both effective in their own rights. Again, play the same position. So we're gonna have to see how this all mesh. I do think eventually the Lakers will, out of the young players, at least 2 or 3 of them will be dealt.
Okay.
And they're gonna have to get some veteran players who are ready to contribute and play at a high level. I'm not sure if that's this season or next season. What were you getting ready to say, man?
I was going to say they can play the small ball. It's not going to work in the playoffs and the championship, because as we saw when Golden State tried to repeat it, Cavaliers ate them up. But what I'm saying is, through the regular season, why not? You're saying that there's a conflict in positions. Why not just double them up? Why
And
not
I think
just
we will
push,
see some of that.
Just push. Just push the ball. Do the old D'Antoni rule where shoot under 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Just get down there, boom, get back. That could work. I mean, for the first half of the season, why not? Let's have fun. Again, the Lakers is known for showtime, right?
Oh yeah.
So we want to see the skill set and also be entertained. If they run like that, I think they potentially not too bad.
And I agree with your point. I do think that Luke was a positive good hire for the organization moving forward. This season, unfortunately, it's kind of doom and gloom for us Lakers fans still. The West Conference is tough. It's a tough NBA.
It's
you
rough.
got young players.
Yes.
I see the Lakers winning 30 games at the most. And that's being fair. That's being very fair to the organization.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And that's almost doubling their total last year. It's close to doubling. What they won 17-18 last year.
That's right.
Let's pivot, man. Let's get into the Boston Celtics.
Man.
An organization that has rebuilt on the fly.
Rise.
That's rebuilt and made the playoffs the last 2 years.
Right.
But the Boston Celtics did it as all business.
Yes.
See,
yes.
the way the Lakers did it, they said, you know what, we're going to take care of Kobe. We're going to let him retire as a Laker.
Right.
They took the PR approach where Danny Ainge say, I love you, Paul Pierce, but I'm about to rob the Brooklyn Nets.
Right.
I'm getting ready to take them.
Right.
And they took them. They got them first round picks. They got the flexibility. Oh, they got the ability to exchange picks with the Celtics this season.
Yes.
Ainge took the Nets, man. Why he do the Nets like that, man?
Got to.
He did Billy King dirty.
Man, hey.
Dirty,
They weren't
dirty.
doing nothing anyway.
Oh my God, he stuck them up.
Whether
man.
in Jersey or Brooklyn.
Oh, he put the money in the bag, man.
Yeah, hey.
He robbed them.
Yeah.
But again, he took a different approach than the Lakers.
Yes.
He said, I love KG, we appreciate your contributions.
Correct.
Paul Pierce, we appreciate your contributions. However, we have to move forward. And it seemed like it has worked out. He took an unconventional route at the time by hiring Brad Stevenson.
Yes.
Versus hiring an NBA coach when he lost Doc Rivers.
Right.
By the way, he got first round picks from the Clippers for Rivers.
That's right.
Like, he just come off very well.
Yes.
His approaches seem to work. And it's tough, you can be for the players, you can be for the organization.
Right.
Whether you're for the players or the organization, you can't say that what Ainge has done has not been conducive to creating wins for the Celtics, their fans,
It has.
their culture there.
And it made them relevant again. You know? So yes, I mean, from management, from the back office, yeah.
And let's look at it. Last year they won 48 games. I was fifth in the Eastern Conference last year, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
They've added Al Horford.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, again, the rebuilding process for Boston has been seamlessly. It has just flowed.
Right.
I watched him in the playoffs last year. You see Isaiah Thomas, who they signed on a bargain deal.
Yes.
I think he's getting $5 million per.
Right.
So again, they have just been impeccable with making these moves.
That's right.
What do we see them this season coming up? Again, they signed Horford.
Yeah.
They lost Sellinger. They lost a few players, but Avery Bradley should be healthy. I think he's ready to let the world know, hey, I can go get you 15, 16, plus I can shut down cats on the perimeter.
Right.
They have Marcus Smart. They have an abundance of young talent.
They do.
I mean,
they
it's
do. And they got
amazing.
a lot of depth. They got a lot of depth.
Oh,
so this
God.
can move them, to me, in the rankings in the Eastern Conference, it can move them to a fifth to a third. I believe,
So you say behind Toronto and Cleveland.
Yes, yes.
So, yeah, I think Boston can win 55 games.
I believe it too.
They can,
yes.
with Al Horford coming in.
Now you got a big man that can hit a jumper at
Stretch the
15,
floor.
and that's huge again. And I like how Danny Ainge he saw the future. He saw the progression of the league, and he went towards it and look at it. Look at the product that we see today.
Plus, Horford can push the ball off the glass.
Yes,
He can start to break.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So this team is ready. They brought in Jaylen Brown, which I thought was an excellent draft pick out of Kyle.
Yes.
Really like Jalen's game.
Yes.
Now, we're going to constantly hear Boston Celtics and trade rumors because they have accumulated so many assets when you're talking about young players, draft picks. I think this is the team that's in position to pull off a deal to get a Boogie Cousins and a Westbrook. We know Westbrook has resigned, but I think that eventually he's going to depart. Oklahoma City will want something for him.
Exactly.
Boston's in prime position when you're talking about Marcus Smart. I mean, you got just players, man. A lot of young guys. Jaylen Brown, you got the next pick coming up this year. You got the ability to exchange picks with them again. A following year, I mean, they are locked and loaded.
Right.
Now, if they can win in the playoffs this year, I do think it's going to be them between. Actually, I see those guys rising above the Raptors. I see the Celtics competing with the Cleveland Cavaliers for the crown of the Eastern Conference.
Yes.
And not the regular season, I mean for the Eastern Conference Championship.
Right.
I see it's going to come down to either Cleveland or Boston that will represent the East in the finals. In my opinion, the reason why I say that is because I feel like the depth that Boston has, I do think that Al Horford, it will take him some time to get acclimated with how Boston is playing. However, Horford will pay dividends that acquisition because he's a veteran. He
That's right.
knows his role.
That's right.
He won't come in and act like a diva.
That's right.
He
Exactly.
will fit in that system.
Right.
So what do you see from the Celtics?
So like you said, it took a while for the Cleveland Cavaliers to be cohesive, to build chemistry. Boston right now, I'm looking at the the 2 preseason games that's been played, and I'm actually seeing it work already. The guys are talking out there. They're listening to the youngs are listening to the veteran. Man, the youngin, I saw him slash to the basket, do that tomahawk dunk.
Oh, you're talking about Jaylen Brown.
Listen,
Yeah.
if they get it, I'm telling you, and it looks like they have. If they build that chemistry, and they see the potential star, player, Boston Celtics. And
I say in the next 2 seasons, next 2 or 3 years, Boston will, and this is not going out on a limb, they will represent the Eastern Conference in the finals.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah. I mean, they're there, they're ready, and like I said, and it's great that we compare both the Lakers and the Celtics because, like I said, this was the 2 teams that were the dynasties of the league.
Yeah.
They was the teams to beat.
Yeah, I mean, the Celtics has hands down been the better model as far as rebuilding. You're talking about the Lakers tanking to where the Celtics say, hey, Brooklyn gonna tank for us. We gonna get a good draft pick. We ain't gotta tank. We gonna still win. We can still make the playoffs. However, we're gonna do this in a way that's conducive to winning now.
Right.
Where the Lakers and the 76ers, you're talking about losing tons of games and playing young players who don't know how to play. Hats off to the Boston Celtics organization. I do think again within the next few years we're gonna see those guys in the Eastern Conference, finals and even NBA finals. Moving forward, I do believe they're gonna bring in more big names. I think it's inevitable when you look at all the assets that Boston has. There's no way they're gonna be able to keep all those players in those positions.
Right.
Eventually, they have to move guys because guys are ready to spread their wings, get playing time. Oh, they're setting up for a big move.
So I grade them an A in the Boston Celtics organization. Listen, and like you said, they got all the pieces, and what they're trying to do is add more value to potential move the pieces to see if they can get a better cohesive team together and see if they can go ahead and just push for the finals. So. Big hats off. See, this is a great example of when you have a GM that's actually making a particular moves. Because at first, when they was taking a dive, Danny Ainge was being kind of a little bit questioned, like, what are y'all doing over there? He's like, patience. You'll see the master in work. And he did it. So
he did that.
Man, so I grade him an A. Going into this season. What we think about the Lakers? What grade would you say potentially them?
And B minus.
A B minus. A work in progress.
They're figuring it out.
Okay.
They're figuring it out. But thanks for tuning in again with us on our NBA reviews, our thorough segment. This is Proper Talk. Again, subscribe, leave your comments. Let us know what you think about today's episode. Where are the Lakers? Where are the Celtics? Fans, let us know.
Oh yeah.
Will the Lakers be able to make it back to the playoffs in the next 2 seasons? What do you think? Look out for our next NBA review. We're gonna do the Chicago Bulls.
Oh yeah,
the New York Knicks.
Oh yeah,
which has those teams have some likeliness as far as the players that were exchanged in the trade. Eastern Conference team, history with the rivals. So look out for that. Thanks again for tuning in. This is PT.
See you soon.